Hey folks! In the last episode, we finished the interior of our magic shop. Ooh, look at it, it's so beautiful. And not only that, but we also went and fought a couple of Wilden in a Wilden den, and then we got a whole ton of tokens for some Drigmies and Whirly-Sprigs, which I still have to, put to good use. And we got a Wixie token too, I forgot about that. But in today's episode, we need to handle an issue that we've got. I need gold. I need a lot of gold. And the reason I need gold is I want to get started on building this tower, and the accent block for the tower is gold blocks. I don't know why I do this to myself, but hey, you do what you can. Now, we do have 49 deep slate gold ore in here, which is super fantastic, but once again, it's not going to be enough for us, unfortunately. So I've been doing some tinkering in the test world on how to make a gold farm. And I know, oh God, I love this place so much. I know how to make a gold farm. I can't use the door though. I know how to make a gold farm for create, and I don't know how to make one for ours. And it's something that I would like to give a shot. Give it a shot. Let's go to the test world. And here we are in the creative test world. As you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff all over the place. Anyways, what we're looking at is this here. Now, in order to get gold, there's a number of ways that we can actually get gold. One of them that I really considered was soul sand, because you also get a lot of quartz from it, which is really great, but you only get a 2% chance for gold out of it, and I need a lot more than that. So really the only other reliable way is red sand. And to get red sand, you have to crush down either granite or terracotta, and to get terracotta, you need to blast clay. To get clay, you need to make clay balls, and get clay balls, you gotta ground down gravel, and then you can also wash sand for clay. It's a whole process. So here it is. We've got a drilling machine that drills down cobblestone, drops it onto a belt, and that's going to make gravel, and that's going to make sand and flint, because you always get flint out of something. And the sand's getting washed here and turned into clay balls. Now the clay balls go into this little compacting machine and get turned into clay blocks, which go here onto this burner, and they get turned into terracotta, which come around this way, and it gets ground down into red sand, and then the red sand would get washed here, and we would get gold and dead bushes. This is huge, and it's currently running off of 5-star bunker wheels with 4 gold blocks in front of it. Absolutely ridiculously massive. Now, the alternative using Ars magic, is to do something with a spell turret. Now, as you can see here, I've got a little cobblestone generator, and I also have a spell book, and this spell book is doing touch, crush, break, item pickup. And essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give this turret this spell. I'm going to set it for 2 seconds, and on touch, it's going to turn this cobblestone into gravel, into sand, and then it's going to break it and put it in here. As you can see up at the top, the sand is going up, which is absolutely incredible. That's exactly what we want. Every 2 seconds, that will happen. So it skips out this, and this, which is super phenomenal, because then we can just take the sand out of here, wash it, and then turn it into clay, etc. But you might see the problem. It requires a lot of source. Right now I have a creative source jar here that is feeding that thing. I'm trying not to look to my left here, because the tower's right there. But as you can see, it is just sucking source out of here. So we need a lot of source in order to do this. Now, our other option is an enchanted spell turret, which actually uses less source. And I actually haven't tried this with, having real source jars instead of creative source jars and just seeing how they work. But the way that these work is once you give them a redstone signal, they trigger, as you can see here, right? The nice thing about these ones up here is I don't have to worry about that. Every 2 seconds, it's going to break the cobblestone. It's going to crush it down into sand and break it. So I don't know which one to pick. Now for this one, obviously we're going to need a ton of source, and I think that might be what we have to focus on next, is just getting a ton of source, because this rigmarole is doable. I can do this. I just want to be able to use the Ars stuff, right? And I've been researching different ways to gather a lot of source, and I gotta be honest with you, I don't know which one to do. Now, we already did a little bit of source gathering with a starbuncle and some source berries, which I have unfortunately torn down. It was behind me, it's no longer behind me. Uh-oh. Now, there's a lot of options to gather source in this handy-dandy little notebook here. As you can see, we have an agronomic source link, an alchemical fluid, mycelial, there we go, vitalic, and volcanic, okay? And each one of these gathers source in different ways. So the agronomic we've done. That's where if a crop grows near the thing, it turns it into source, right? Alchemical actually uses potions. So you brew up some potions, and this turns the potions into source. More complex potions with longer effects, etc., get you more source. Now, fluid source link actually just consumes fluid into source, and I don't know what that means. So my question is, Piggy, do I if I have lava near it, will it turn, like, do I just have like an infinite water source? And I keep feeding that through a pipe and it just makes source. I gotta test that. The mycelial is really cool because you can take food, just dump it onto this thing with a hopper, and it will turn that into source. The problem is it turns dirt and grass into mycelium, 3x3 below it. So if you just put something underneath it that's not dirt or grass, it's fine. We can get source berries and a whole bunch of other stuff, turn that into food with like auto processing or auto crafters, etc. What are those called? The create crafter, mechanical crafters, jeepers. And we can use those to make different source-esque food thingies. Because as you hear, source berry food is worth more than other mundane foods, which is really, really great. And then if we go to the backside, we have a vitalic source, which is a moderate amount of source when a nearby mob death and animal breeding occurs. And it will also generate passive source from nearby baby animals and make them grow up faster, which is really cool. Not something I'm interested in right now. The main thing that I'm interested in is the volcanic source link, which essentially turns anything that can burn into source, which is really cool. It also produces heat, which is not good, and we're gonna have to learn about how that works and all that sort of stuff because it can start turning things into lava and whatnot. But yeah, I wanna make one of these so that way we can just, you know, take our, I'm sorry, these absolute morons keep getting stuck on that block over there. It's driving me crazy. You know, I could fix the block, but no, they're dumb. That's where they live. They're stuck there forever. Anyways, it has a thing in here, and it says that source using a blazing archwood log, I guess, will generate the most source, which is pretty neat, because essentially what that means is all we need is a creative log farm, and then just one of those things, and we can just feed that thing forever and generate a ton of source, which I think is what we're gonna do today. And now the difficult question is, where do we put it? Because create log farms are generally really big. Now, I did make a video recently on a very compact log farm, but it's not super fast. And I think what we're going to do is probably not going to be super fast anyways, because it might just be 4 saplings. But regardless, we still need a place for it to go. And I don't want to start destroying this island in its entirety quite yet. So there's a possibility I might put it down here, but at the same time, I also don't want to do that. I'm so indecisive. So what I might do is, they're literally the worst. They're the absolute worst. They're not even a challenge. They're just obnoxious. Anyways, what I might end up doing is I might clear out this here forest, and I will put something here that's forest-esque, have a couple of whirly sprigs that live inside of it, and then just create log farm, or at least one create log farm, spinning around, cutting down some trees. I think that might be our best bet. And then if we need more wood, we wind up needing more wood, we can always go underground, right? We can just go straight underground and put it under here. I think that might work as well. What is happening over there? Oh, there's a glow squid. Real quick, let me go deal with these idiots. Issues with areas like this is when you're running through it, you're like, wow, there's so much room here. But then when you go into free cam, you're like, there's no room here. There's no room here at all. This is rough. I don't know if this is gonna be enough for what we're looking for. Hey, a whirly swig. Well, I cleared out all the trees, but I made an oopsie because I was experimenting with some stuff. I found out how to breed bears. And when you make a bear cub and you get too close, they get real mad at you. So I can't go where I want to go to build the things that I want to build because I'm gonna get mauled by bears. So I gotta watch this bear cub grow up, and then and then we're good to go. Oh, well, hey, yeah, sweet berries. That's how you make new bears, but don't make new bears because it makes the parents real mad. So I'm changing my mind just a little bit. Instead of having it in this location, I am going to put it behind me, kind of exactly where the amethyst is, and I feel bad because we made this little amethyst field, and now I have to tear it apart, and these dudes are going to be, like, homeless, and I feel really terrible. But that's okay. We can just put more amethyst. I have so many blocks of amethyst because of those guys. But I think I have a design for what I'm going to do with those cutesy little dudes anyways, and we're going to throw them underground in a beautiful little amethyst geode that they can call home. But we're going to put our spinning create tree farm kind of like right over there, and then right here, I think we're gonna make a greenhouse. Yeah, I really like the idea of having this big old glass box and maybe like copper or some sort of something. Oh God, I love the generation back there. Copper or something holding it all together. I think it's just gonna look absolutely beautiful. And I got the inspiration for a I got the inspiration for a greenhouse by taking a tour from one of my absolute favorite YouTubers, Dio. Now, DSL25 was gracious enough to take me on their end of the season world tour of their Create world, and oh my gosh, it was awesome. Here, check out a couple of little stills and scenes and stuff from the tour. Dio's world is incredible, just absolutely absolutely incredible. I'm gonna put a link in the description as well as a card right now. Please, please, please go check it out. It's just so beautiful. And they have already started their new season, and I don't want to spoil too much, but it is quite the adventure. You should go check it out. They built one of the coolest looking starter bases that I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, please go check out Dio's stuff. Like, subscribe, all that nonsense. But yeah, as you saw in one of the screenshots, Dio has these absolutely awesome greenhouses, and I want to chuck a greenhouse over there. I think it's going to look really great on this island. It's going to contrast well with the big old tower that we're going to put in, just having this big old glass box here. And I think what we're going to do is, this is a flower forest, right? So we got to fill it with flowers, and we got to fill it with bees and some whirly swigs and all that. Whirly gigs and all that sort of stuff, so we can go ahead and get all of our flower resources that we need. But that does unfortunately mean that these nerds have to go somewhere else. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this box here, which is, okay, I just emptied it recently. I gotta take this box here and I'm just gonna move it out of the way. I'll probably put it up here with, let's go on the other side just because since we already have friends on that hill, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on top of this hill over here, and we'll have them just chill out up here while I go ahead and build the create tree farm. So I'm sorry, my little nerd friends, but I have to move your home. Your home's gonna be over here now, and that might mean that I need to Dominion Wand them again, but I'm not 100% sure. So it's gathering over here. Do I position set? I always forget how to do this. Position set, stored entity, home set. Okay, there we go. Sweet. All right, so that should do it. I don't know what's going on. So I'm gonna break these and we're gonna go from here. Actually, I'm gonna try and get as much of this off as I can and then break them. And there we go. We gave them a little home up on top of this hill here, and I even gave them some more amethyst that they can go ahead and harvest forever. Forever. Where are you going, buddy? Did you? I didn't hit you with the wand, did I? I don't think I did. Hang on, let me check the other nerds. Bam. 672, 64. Yeah, no, I didn't hit you with the wand. All right, stored entity, bam. All right, so now you should be level 69. All right, we're good. We're good. You guys are good. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to build our little create tree farm. And actually, before we do that, I'm gonna pick this here. Bees. This is not a bird's nest. This little bee's nest up. And we're gonna move it over here with the other bees' nests because this is where we're going to put our greenhouse at some point. Move this bee nest over here as well. And then I gotta lure bees back. Come here, little bee friend. You wish to come with me, please. Come here. Thank you. Come, little bee. He's so wiggly. Look how cute he is. He's so cute. I go too far? I went too far, didn't I? Come here. Come here. Come here. There we go. Nice job, buddy. So you got one of them brains parts. Bring your little bee butt over here. And I got another one over here. There it is. And as you can see, I've got a little field of, what is this, compost? I think it's like rich compost or something like that. It'll turn into rich compost at least. Over there where I'm going to put our saplings down. Now I made a stack of it and that was a lot. I didn't need to do that many, but that's okay because that means we're gonna have a stack of compost if we ever need it. So we've got two, there's one over here. I'm missing a bee. Where'd our other bee butt go? We had a bee butt fly away. Hello, baby bee butt. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Yes, you are. But you are though. You're the cutest little bee ever. Until you have a baby, and then that baby's gonna be the cutest little bee ever. Where's the bees? Bee butts. Come on out. There's a bee butt. Ready? Bee butt. Make a little baby bee. Make it a baby. A little baby bee buddy. It's so cute. I like putting the bears next to the beehives because they eat the honeycomb and it's really cute because they get all sticky and honey-like. So we put the bears right there's. And he sniffs it out and he goes over. And he eats it up, and he gets honey all over himself. It's so friggin' cute. There you go, hang out with your bear friends. Can we get any ducky friends? We can! 2 little ducky friends! Oh my gosh, so many ducks. Okay, I am getting way too distracted for life right now. I need to start doing things. All right, I did some science earlier, and my science told me that if I have a sapling, that means that the actual logs can grow anywhere off of here in a 2x2, right? So it could be here, here, or here. It also could be here, here, or here, right? So that's kind of like and you know, obviously it could be here and here as well. But that's kind of how this tree could grow. It's just in a 2x2, originating from the sapling. And then you can also get 1 extra log that comes off. So we kind of have a this-ish sort of footprint coming off of the sapling. There we go. That's the more correct one. This-ish sort of footprint. So you could have a 2x2 with an extra log that comes off the edge. I think it can also come off the sides as well, so it might look like this. Here's the catch, though. Unlike normal trees, when a mechanical saw comes around and hits any of the archwood trees, whether it's the last one or the first one, it will cut the entire tree down, or mostly the entire tree. Sometimes it leaves some hangers. So what that means is all we need to do is make sure that the saw can make it. If we're going to grow the tree here, we need to make sure that the saw can make it to here, or here, I guess, right? Just to where the sapling is going to be. Because if the saw can make it to here, where the sapling is going to be, then it can cut down any part of the tree that might grow. Because remember, these are possibilities. It could grow in a 2x2 with an extra one here. It could grow in this 2x2 with an extra one here, right? So it's kind of random how it grows, okay? However, if the saw can make it to this sapling, we are good to go. However, we don't want the thing to be too close for the tree to grow into the spinning mechanism, right? So what we're gonna wanna do is keep the spinning mechanism a couple of blocks away from where the sapling could grow. So this sapling could grow in a 2x2 here and then grow an extra log there. So I want the spinning mechanism to be at least this far away. But that seems a little compact, so I think what we're gonna do is have it be, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks away from every sapling. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to, I guess I'm confirming that this is where this is gonna go. 1, 2, 3, and it's gonna go here. 1, 2, 3, it's gonna go here. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go here. There we go. So that's where our saplings are going to be placed with our little spinning mechanism right here in the center, spinning around. I'm going to go ahead and get me some of that there compost. And I only need 4 pieces because we're only going to do 4 saplings. And the reason we're only going to do 4 saplings is because I don't want the trees to be an absolute ridiculous mess, right? I still want it to look nice. You guys know me. I am a form over function player, and I want the form to look way better than the actual function for this thing. Am I concerned that's not going to give us enough source? Yes. And that's okay. It's all right if it doesn't give us enough source. And the reason is we're going to get source in other ways, right? So we're going to have a whirly sprig inside the greenhouse that's going to be behind us, giving us... Oh, no, wait, those use source. We're going to have an the source link where crops grow. We're going to have one of those, at least one of those around with, you know, source berries all over the place. We're going to have one of those mycelial source links, which we're feeding those source berries into foods and then feeding the foods that we get into you know, the source link there. We're gonna have all sorts of different sources, source generation all over the place here. Source. There's gonna be a lot of it, all right? Getting source from these archwood logs is just one of the ways that we're going to get source. And I'm hoping with us getting a start on this here, it will be able to, you know, actually get the gold that we're gonna need here relatively soon so we can start working on our tower. Now, I think I only have 1 saw here and I have 0 water wheels by the looks of it. So I have to do a little bit of create grafting, and I will be back once this whole thing is created. You guys have seen create tree farms 1,000 times. So once this is all created, I will come back to you guys. Okay, so it's not the prettiest thing in the world right now, but it exists, it's here. And as far as I'm aware, it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of bone meal, and I'm going to hurt myself. And we're going to see if this thing actually cuts this tree down. Gosh, I really hope it does. And it does. Now, I knew we were going to have some stragglers. This is just going to happen with every single tree that gets cut down. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it, and it replanted. Awesome. So now in here, we have some blazing archwood log. That's fantastic. It's on the wrong side, but that's okay. Now, I hate that this thing has to go through this. But if here, I'll show you again. I can't reliably put something over here without making this arm absolutely massive to have this on the end of it. So it just has to go through this, which sucks. But hey, what can you do? Literally nothing. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Now, I was considering putting an agronomic source link over here as well. I don't know, like over here this way or over this way. And then I remembered that, you know, this thing bone meals this every now and then. And I don't know if the agronomic source link is going to work with this, because it specifically says when a crop is grown via bone meal, it doesn't work, right? It doesn't gather source. So that's something I will go grab one and put it over here just to test and put a little jar next to it. Because if these things, I mean, if they grow by themselves, which they will, they're saplings, like it just got the bone meal effect. You just saw that right there, right? So I don't know how this works. So I'm gonna do a little, I'm gonna go grab one of those. I'm gonna we'll just see if it fills up a source jar. Sorry about the rain, but it does. It absolutely does fill up with the agronomic source link. That's absolutely fantastic. Here's the issue. It's not quick. it's not quick, but that's okay. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have a ton of different ways to generate source. So if this is just generating a little bit as well as what it's going to be generating while we burn all this stuff, then hey, that's a win, right? I gotta be honest, I don't have any idea how long I've been running this, but obviously it's been a little while, and this has been filling up. I have to keep backing up to get out of the way. But now we're on to our next piece, and it is feeding all of that blazing archwood into one of these, a volcanic source link, and I gotta go make one first of all. So we need a couple of gold, we need source gems, and a lava bucket, and I'm pretty sure I have a lava bucket in here. I certainly do. Head inside and get out of the rain. My goodness. Oh, and I got my quests working again. I totally forgot to mention that I got these quests working. I'm super happy. So now I have, you know, the option to actually get all of the rewards again that I've already gotten. So, yay, go me. I'm just going to plop this duder down on the ground right over here, and it's not something that's going to stay here. I just want to see how it reacts. Now, that's not how you do it. All right. Now, if I throw it on there, yeah, that certainly did it. Something. So it looks like one log just created 1% of source. So if I grab 64 logs and do that, I just want to see what happens with the heat, essentially, is what I'm most concerned about. So we're at 42%, and it still says there's 64 archwood logs here. I am so confused. Okay, it's gone through all the logs, and we're at 80%. Wow, okay, so it looks like over a stack. Excuse me, it went over 64%, because it was at 1. I threw 64 logs on the ground. It should have went to 65. So it's not a 1-to-1 archwood log to a percentage, which is good. That's a good thing. Now, what's up with the heat? I didn't see anything turn into lava or catch on fire. Oh, it converts stone into lava. Okay. So it converts stone into magma blocks and magma blocks into lava, given that they exist in a 3x3. So there's a good chance there's lava underneath this thing. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, and we're gonna put some stone down. I just want to see this thing turn stuff into stuff, more or less. Look at that, it did. I don't even need to put more on it. it just did. If I, in theory, throw that there, this thing should start creating source and lava. Yep, there's the lava. And okay, I didn't get any lilies. That's interesting. Well, I mean, I have the archwood logs. I might as well just go until I get something, right? And while this is doing its thing, I need to think of a way to decorate this, and I also need to think of a way to hide this thing. I think I want to hide it. I'm not really sure, though. It says it can use pedestals in order to gather the logs, and these idiots are back. Gosh darn it. I'm playing with lava. Actually, this is a perfect opportunity for me to play with more lava. Hello, friends. So yeah, this thing generates source fast enough, or super fast, excuse me. I'm not sure if it's going to be fast enough for the little spell turret. However, it is generating source very quickly, and I'm guessing it's just going to hold on to any surplus that it has if there's no jars to output to. I'm sure this one will skip to jars over there once this one is full. I don't know. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants at this point. It looks like that jar might be too far away, but that's okay. So the next thing I want to test out is a timer spell turret as well as an enchanted spell turret. An enchanted spell turret is just a spell turret on an enchanting table with a couple of things around it, so we're going to need some source for that. And then the timer is a spell turret with a clock. But I'm going to make a couple basics, so oof, gosh, it's so much gold. Everything takes so much gold. So yeah, we got to go back to the house real quick so I want to get some more source jars and we can get our turrets and stuff going. There's our timer, and I need a couple blaze rods. So like, how hard could it be? You know, I'm just gonna spawn some blazes right here. Why not? Maybe it's too bright out. Gotta find a cave to spawn my blazes in. Let's try this again, shall we? Bam, bam. Oh gosh, everything's fine. Everything's completely fine. See? Ow. All right, that's enough of that. Blaze rod, source gem block, basic spell turret, and here we go. Boop. It's That makes the best noise. Anyways, we got our enchanted spell turret. Heck yeah. We've got these guys pretty full. I still don't have any darn lilies, which I'm just kind of ticked off about. This guy is a going, and I don't know what to do about these. I have an idea, but I don't know if I want to do that idea, and I'm not entirely sure how I would go about it. Essentially, I would have a create contraption that is hidden underground, and like twice a day, it will just like swivel up and then go forward, and then kind of like, I don't know, just drill everything out that's here, but I don't know if it's going to work. If anybody has any ideas in the comments of not having something permanent, like going back and forth to get rid of these hangers, that would be really, really, really fantastic. Let me know. Well, hi there, everybody. It's been like, I don't know, 2 seconds for you, but it's been like a week for me because I got carried away. I got carried away designing a greenhouse in creative because I didn't want to have, I couldn't figure out what to do with that spinning wood farm, so I decided to just make a greenhouse, and now I have a schematic of it, and it's going to be going right, y'all, which is why I took everything out, right? So all of our stuff, don't worry about the hole. And I've got this cannon right over here, this schematic cannon, and a checklist, and we have an issue on this checklist, as you can see, 246 white stained glass pillar, and then another 77, so that's what, 3 some odd, 316, and then a little bit more, and then some more, and then, you know, some green stuff, and then 200 more glass, and then, oh, you know, we got a lot of deep slate. I don't have that much deep slate, and then more deep slate, and then 688 more glass. So we got a bit of a problem, which is why I've got a machine behind me to make us some glass, more or less. What we're going to do is we are going to just have this machine. Let me just turn around real quick. We're going to have this machine make us some glass. I set this up a little while ago. We got 166 in there already. We only need like 1,000 more, you know, so that's good. And this is obviously temporary. This is what I don't want, right? I don't want this, which is, as you can see, it's force loaded. When I walk in here, it's force loaded, and it's also making some clay balls. I don't want this to be permanent. It's the whole reason we're making the tree farm is so that way I can get source from trees and not source from, or not gold from this. But I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. I just am making lists, and I'm checking them twice, and I'm finding out whether I'm crazy or not. So the other thing that I need, as you can see on this list, is I need green wood, and green wood is a new wood type from the Cluttered mod, and what it is oak logs with green dye. And speaking of oak logs, we need 579 of those, but they need to be stripped. Oh my gosh, why did I do this to myself? So I need to go find a desert, and I got this beautiful little nature's compass right here, and you know, the closest desert's only 6,000 blocks away. That's it. Like, whatever. I walked that in a day. It's so far. You know, out of all of the wandering traders that we've had, not a single one of them has given me a cactus, I don't think. I am gonna head home. That is force loaded, so everything should be fine. I'm gonna head home and just see if we have any cactus anywhere. If we do, fantastic. If we don't, then hey, we're going on a magical adventure to a desert. It's gonna be magical, it's gonna be adventure-like, and I probably don't have everything I need. And some of you are probably like, hey, hey, Throw, if you're going to the desert, I can't shift when I'm on a horse, Throwlash, come on. Hey, Throw, if you're going to a desert, why not just get a whole bunch of glass there? And like, that's not a bad idea, I gotta be honest. But at the same time, I'll just have the machine do it while I'm gone for free, right? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. And that's wrong, and that's right. Yay, I'm getting there. I'm crazy. I'm losing my mind, people. Oh my goodness. We've got 8 cactus. That's so awesome. Oh, how much cobble? We don't have a lot of deep slate. Oh, that's the back of my head. I'm so sorry. We have so much cactus. We don't have so much cactus, but we actually have cactus. That's fantastic. Literally, the only thing that I need now is deep slate, and a lot of it. So, what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna grab all this iron while I'm here. What we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to make just like a little boring machine that goes into the ground and digs a whole bunch of stuff up. And I won't show you how to make the machine because it's too boring. Sorry. I'm not 100% sure where, I'm so sorry about that, by the way. 100% sure where I want to start digging, to be honest. I haven't made one of these machines yet, and I'm gonna need more drills. You know what? Let's go back to the wizard area, and we'll make it there, because if we go down into the ground there, I think there's more gold? But it might not matter once we get down to deep slate level. I'm not sure. Anyways, any chance for more gold is a-okay for me. So we're gonna go over there and dig up some deep slate. Yeah, let's do that. It's taken me way too long, but I finally have all the ingredients that we need for this materials that we need for this build. They are behind me right next to the schematic cannon. Schematic cannon is ready to go. I just wanted to show you everything that I needed to build in order to make this happen. I needed a cactus farm, I needed this mining machine, I needed an oak farm, and I needed the glass thingy, and I needed this connected to the glass thingy, because I needed so many dyes. I needed so many of everything. It was absolutely incredible. And when I started making all the glass for this, I had over 1,000, and now we're at 432 glass. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this play button, and we will have our... Ooh, gosh, I'm so scared. Why am I so scared? We're gonna have our greenhouse in place right over here. Here we go. And there it is, it's done, oh my gosh. This took, I don't know why this took me so long to build, but it took so long. And I'm not 100% in love with it, but I think it's gonna work out great for our needs. I love the little added detail, the color every now and then with like the, you know, the normal greenhouse black metal, I guess, is usually what surrounds it. I gotta do a little bit of landscaping, but unfortunately I think we're gonna have to do that in another episode. I just ran out of time during this one, but yeah, I'm just super happy with this thing so far. And what that means is we've got tons and tons and tons of room in here, and we can go ahead and put our farm back in this area. And you know, there's no logs or anything anywhere. Now these ones here, these are copycat blocks. As you can see, they are logs, but they are copycats. So if the trees actually grow and touch these logs, they're not going to get chopped down when the machine chops it down. So then I think what we're going to do is in some part of this over here, you know, we're going to have a ton of greenhouse stuff. We're going to put our agronomic source link in here, maybe a couple of them, so we can get more source, and then, you know, source berries and other things in here with some little squirrely dudes climbing around picking berries for us, and then the trees growing over here. More agronomic, I cannot say that word, more agronomic source links all over the place as the trees grow up, and then the volcanic source link I might put underground. I know I said that in the beginning of either this episode or last, I don't know, they're all merging together, but I might put that underground and have like some lava underneath this just to make it look, I don't know, kind of spooky and cool, you know, that sort of thing. Anyways, this is all I've got time for today. We're gonna have to do everything else in a different episode because oh man, it is Saturday night at 11:43 p.m. and this episode needs to go out to you all tomorrow, and I don't know if it's gonna. It might come out a day later. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and as always, an absolutely massive thank you and shout out to my Patreon patrons and my YouTube members. YouTube members, we've got Bot Sam's, we've got Moon Goddess Lolo, Diosil, Av, and Love for Sunflower. Thank you so much, every one of my members. And over on patreon.com/Throwlash, we have Jucifer, Yo Your Mom Games, Interbert, Dusk Doodles, and Wraith. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your views, all that sort of stuff. I appreciate all of you so much. Much love, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.